To think that Donald Trump is some kind of tough guy. He's not. I mean, look at him. He wears more makeup than Dolly Parton. He whines like a baby. The guy's afraid of birds.
The 14th Amendment, though, says that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
We're gonna have to get a change.
And it's bull. It's bull. When does bull? I think it's all bull. I got indicted more than him on bull.
Did you ever wonder what would happen if a real tough guy met Trump face to face? Dave Bautista just called Trump out saying he wears more makeup than Dolly Parton, and the orange turd completely lost it. In this video, we're showing you exactly what went down when the former WWE champion and Guardians of the Galaxy star dragged Trump for his fake tough guy act. And wait till you hear what Bautista said about Trump's little feet and that bird incident. It's brutal and hilarious. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much.
Donald Trump had his daddy pay a doctor to say his little feet hurt so he could dodge the draft.
It's not anti-feminist to say that in addition to doing everything men can do intellectually, women also have another power, the power of the ultimatum.
You know, people have said that he did lie a little more than most presidents. I mean, no president is completely truthful, but he's a bit of a fibber.
Now back to the video. Ever wonder what happens when a genuine badass calls out a pretend one? Picture this. Dave Batista, the mountain of muscle who went from WWE champion to Guardian of the Galaxy, recently stepped into the ring with Trump's tough guy image, and it wasn't even close to a fair fight. Unlike our orange former president, Bautista's toughness credentials are actually legit. This guy dominated professional wrestling, competed in MMA, and performs bone-crushing stunts in blockbuster films. Meanwhile, Trump's idea of physical exertion is riding in a golf cart while tweeting angry messages about his enemies. What makes Bautista's takedown so delicious is the authenticity behind it. During his appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Bautista dropped some serious truth bombs about what real toughness looks like.
Look at that gut, like a garbage bag full of buttermilk. He sells imaginary baseball cards pretending to be a cowboy fireman.
President Hellboy has proved to be impervious to facts, reason, shame, and the law.
You once said he doesn't hurl personal insults.
I was making the point that when it was in the context of something.
He didn't just throw empty punches, he struck at the core of Trump's carefully constructed macho image that somehow hypnotizes millions of American men. Toughness isn't about shouting the loudest or attacking your enemies on social media, Bautista explained, basically describing Trump's entire playbook. While Donnie Diapers hides behind makeup and bluster, Bautista has actually put his body on the line in the ring and on screen. The contrast couldn't be clearer when Bautista spoke about integrity and accountability. Real tough guys own their mistakes. They don't blame everyone else when things go wrong. They certainly don't sell imaginary baseball cards while pretending to be something they're not, and they definitely can handle basic tasks like holding an umbrella without looking like they're fighting an invisible enemy. What makes Bautista's critique so devastating is that it comes from someone who embodies the physical and mental discipline that Trump desperately tries to project. It's like watching a professional chef critique a kid who thinks making microwave ramen makes them Gordon Ramsay. The anticipation builds as Bautista prepares to deliver his most scathing remarks. You can feel it coming.
Guy's barely strong enough to hold an umbrella.
Toss his boxy clown suits on the front lawn. Just tell him I'm leaving you and I'm taking our child. He would be stunned.
She's a world-class liar. Just look at her pathetic email server statement.
A real action star about to demolish the facade of a self-proclaimed tough guy. And when he does, comparing Trump's struggles with simple tasks to his own feats of strength, the contrast is both hilarious and revealing. When Bautista shifted focus to Trump's draft-dodging past, the gloves really came off. Donald Trump had his daddy pay a doctor to say his little feet hurt so he could dodge the draft. Bautista declared without hesitation. This brutal observation strikes at something far more damning than just Trump's physical awkwardness. It exposes the bizarre contradiction of a man who runs away from actual service while constantly wrapping himself in the flag. What kind of supposed tough guy needs daddy's money to avoid serving his country? Bautista hammered this point home, questioning how someone who sprinted away from the opportunity to serve could possibly claim to be an American warrior.
Hey, look how he drinks water. Like a little pink chickadee.
Corruption surrounded by corrupt judges and corrupt politicians. Other than that, there's no pressure.
Toss his boxy clown suits on the front lawn. Just tell him, I'm leaving you and I'm taking our child. He would be stunned.
This hits differently coming from Bautista, whose entire career has been built on physical discipline and facing challenges head on. The evidence against Trump's tough guy image keeps piling up like his unpaid contractor bills. Remember that time the supposed alpha male got completely freaked out by a bald eagle during a Time magazine photo shoot? The symbol of American strength sent the self-proclaimed strongest president ever cowering in fear. As Bautista pointed out, how can you trust a man terrified of birds to stand up to world leaders? Trump's physical struggles provide even more ammunition. There's something deeply satisfying about watching footage of the orange turd struggling with the complex task of drinking water or navigating those treacherous enemies known as stairs. And who could forget the infamous umbrella incident?
He's got jugs, big ones, like Dolly Parton. He cheats at golf. He creeps around beauty pageant dressing rooms.
It's not anti-feminist to say that in addition to doing everything men can do intellectually, women also have another power. The power of the ultimatum.
That the endless campaign exists only to enrich advertisers, political consultants, and what's left of the news media.
Where America's stable genius appeared defeated by basic umbrella technology. Jimmy Kimmel couldn't resist piling on during Bautista's appearance, comparing Trump's physique to a garbage bag full of buttermilk while showing a highlight reel of Trump's most physically awkward moments. The audience roared as they watched the self-proclaimed peak specimen of masculinity fumbling through the simplest tasks that most people master by kindergarten. And how did Trump respond to these legitimate criticisms about dodging military service while pretending to be tougher than actual veterans? In typical fashion, he avoided addressing the substance completely.
You know that little dance he does? He looks like he's jacking off a pair of giraffes. He's moody, he pouts, he throws tantrums.
No, get those lights off!
In the ancient Greek play Lysistrata, women end a war by denying sex to their men. It was the original Bush doctrine. So far, over a dozen Republican candidates tried to stop Trump and couldn't. Hillary couldn't. Never Trumpers couldn't. Mueller couldn't.
Instead of explaining why he needed daddy's doctor note for his little feet, Trump resorted to his usual playground insults and wild deflections. When confronted with facts, the tough guy act crumbles faster than his businesses in Atlantic City. What makes Bautista's takedown so powerful isn't just the sick burns, it's that he's exposing the hollow masculinity that Trump has successfully marketed to millions of American men. Cultural critics have noted that Trump's brand of toughness resonates with certain men because it aligns with traditional masculine ideals, even though most of us can see it's about as authentic as his hair color. This wasn't just another celebrity taking shots at the orange turd.
Bends over for Putin. He's cattier on social media than a middle school mean girl. The guy needs help walking downhill. Almost there, Grandma.
President Hellboy has proved to be impervious to facts, reason, shame, and the law. Have no first language. I hope I inspire little girls everywhere to marry for money.
It was someone whose strength is undeniably real challenging what true masculinity looks like. Bautista's authentic critique has sparked serious conversations about what genuine strength and leadership actually means. And that's what makes Grumpy Trumpy so mad. When someone with real tough guy credentials exposes your act, all that carefully constructed macho image crumbles faster than Trump trying to navigate a slight incline.